Group F, Game 6 of the Water of Life tournament. They've already picked leaders. Let's take a look at that. Pawns is first player with Paul Atreides. Using the yellow pieces. We have Merrlish with the blue pieces playing as Baron Harkonnen in second position. We have randomnes as Earl Memnon Thorvald with the red pieces in third position, and we have Commander Toast using the green pieces in fourth position with Duke Leto. So some good leaders. Memnon is definitely the one that's a little bit looks like blue forgot to throw their other two factions away. Okay, looks fine now. So we had pawns go with an experimentation up to smuggling, and Merrlish got fold space, and they have their diplomacy in hand, so they're probably going to be looking to go to Hardy Warriors here if they can. That should definitely be blocked if people can. Red went up to tech negotiations. I can't hear them talking, so I don't know what's going on. Should be green's turn. Maybe they're discussing what, because the Baron had information that they shouldn't have because they saw the first conflict before they picked their factions for their master stroke ability. But I mean, they always choose the same two. I don't, but a lot of people choose Fremen and Spacing Guild, which is what he has picked. Okay. Green goes up to Wealth. Okay. Wow, and they are not going to block Hardy Warriors. Baron is going to get exactly what he wants. Yellow goes over to Arakeen, draws a card, throws 2 troops in. Yeah, Baron is going to get the Interstellar Shipping Access right away. Perfect start. And they'll get their bump up with Fremen and Spacing Guild, so they've got 2 points already. Baron is definitely a runaway kind of leader. They just have to try to, once they get that lead, they have to try to push. Push it to the finish line. Okay, red early reveals for 4 humanity. Very nice card. Kwisatz is up in the row. Green will play their ring, and they'll go over to... Looks like they're thinking Imperial Basin, yep. And with their ring ability, they will spend the spice to bump up with Spacing Guild. Leto's ability is prudent diplomacy, spend a spice and gain an influence with a faction where an opponent has more influence than you. So they went up with Spacing Guild. It's pretty standard early on. Yellow reveals for a buying power of 5. Replacement eyes is really nice, and they take it. Ooh, Piter comes off. Piter is really good as well. Should look at the rest of the row. Ooh, they trash it, so it doesn't matter. So they use their atomics. Satellite Band, Power Play. Gurney Halleck is up there. So some okay cards, but they didn't want to see Kwisatz go to anyone. And then for techs, we have Invasion Ships, we have Chomarchy, a good endgame tech, and Mimic Film. Mimic Film is really nice. I like getting that one, and it's cheap. Blue reveals for a buying power of 3. They'll take Weirding Way. And green reveals for a buying power of 4. Don't think they can take Power Play. They don't have enough persuasion for that. So they put the Power Play back and they just grab 1 liaison and it's onto the conflict. No one has any intrigues, so blue just gets to ship up once and gain a spice. The other 2 get some Solari for 2nd and 3rd. Yeah, everything is breaking blue's way right now. Okay, sort through the chaos is the next conflict. Can be useful, but it's not one of the better conflicts, in my opinion. So Baron doesn't have to go to interstellar shipping first. No one else can get there. So they can figure out what they want to do first. Although they may want to. I would assume they ship up and down. Okay, they're gonna use their ring. They'll go to smuggling first. And they'll go up. They'll spend the Solari for their ring. So their ring power is spending a Solari for an intrigue card. And they drew refocus. Okay. Let's see what red's got here. Red does have the negotiator in there, so they could pick up Mimic Film by going to tech negotiation again. It looks like they're thinking about it. They're thumbing over their dagger. I think they will do it. Yep, they're gonna go to tech negotiation, spending the discount, the negotiator that they had from the round before. Pretty nice tech there, especially early on. Okay, and Memocorders flips up. It's a point if you have all 4 influence tracks at 3 or more influence. Leto is going to play a dagger. They're going to try to cycle out some cards here. They'll go to the Mentat. They get, with their Landsrad popularity ability, they get 1 Solari cheaper for green spaces. Okay, yellow plays their Seek Allies. They're going to go over to Still Suits. And they'll throw their 2 troops in, it looks like. Yep. They just have to trash their Seek Allies here. Okay. The Baron gets memo quarters. It's pretty good first couple of rounds here for the Baron, I will say. They were already on the second level because of smuggling before. So they take their memo quarters bump with Spacing Guild, and then they take their bump from the shipping track with Spacing Guild. So they get the alliance already. They're at 3 points after a really quick lead. And they chose to take the Solari, so everyone else got one Solari. Okay, and Spy Satellites comes up. Could be a good one for almost anyone at this point, besides Baron. Baron's not going to be in the conflict this round, but this is a fine conflict to skip past. What does Red do here? They're going to use their Signet Ring, and they'll head over to pick up the Spice on Haga Basin. Get an extra Spice because of their ring, and they'll just throw the one troop in. Yeah, they're not too concerned about getting first with the conflict. Diplomacy from green, so they'll go get their interstellar shipping access now, because they're at 2 with the Spacing Guild. Yellow will play their ring. They'll go pick up all these spice on the Great Flat. I think in that position I might have been a little greedy. There's no water for the winning the conflict here. You're the only one with 2 water. I think you could have left it another round. Blue reveals for 3 buying power. They'll pick up high priority travel. They have 2 more to buy with. They'll also pick up a liaison. Red's reveal. They have 4 buying power because of the tech negotiation spot and Minimic film. They'll pick up Guild Impersonator from the Telelaxu row. And they will trash the Imperium row. Wow, they get Sayadina. It's got to be a Sayadina pick there. I think it's got to be a Sayadina here. It's a victory condition. Oh, and Opulence comes off as well. Over to green, they still have an agent to use. They're going to reveal early though. They have 4 buying power. They will pick up the Telelaxu Infiltrator, really nice. And Stitched Horror comes off. I really like that card. It's really strong. And they have 4 buying power. I think for me it would be Guild Chief Administrator here. Passive shipping is nice. Oof. And Full Scale Assault comes off as well. A lot of expensive cards up there. Yellow's turn to reveal. And they have 3 to buy with. They just choose to pick up a liaison. And it's back over. Oh, okay, that's everyone. It's off to fighting now. And it just goes the way that it is. Yellow will get the Mentat and an Intrigue and 2 Solari, and red will get an Intrigue and 2 Solari, which for one troop is not too shabby. And it moves on to the next round, where red will begin. Red picks up their side, which is a little unfortunate. They would have liked to get it a round later, probably, when they could have some spite or some water saved up. Okay, they'll play their Seek allies and head over to Conspire. So now they have their enough Solari for the Swordmaster, but the Baron also has enough for their Swordmaster, so red might be out of luck this round. Green will play Guild Chief Administrator, and they will discard Reconnaissance to and then trash that same card. So they went up to Interstellar Shipping. I think you just go up twice here. You'll be third in line. You're not getting your Swordmaster this round. Yep, that's what they do. Over to yellow. Yellow did get the Mentat from last round. They play Replacement Eyes along with Experimentation. So that will allow them to trash a card, to draw a card. They will trash a dagger, and they will get to draw 2 cards, one from the spot they went to, Arakeen, and one from the replacement card, or Replacement Eyes ability. They'll also get to go up the research track. And they will go down to pick up a Beetle Bump. Blue, I would assume blue uses their dagger to go up to... I guess they don't have to use their dagger, they could use high priority travel. And that is what they're going to use, but they'll go get their Swordmaster. And they will just draw a card with it. They have some decent influence and some daggers behind them now. And they will play Refocus as well. Alright. They might be eyeing up Chom Directorship this round. I don't remember if red has any Fremen cards in their deck. They're gonna go pick up their High Council seat. Okay. Green is up. Like I could see a Carthag play by green here. Or Imperial Basin even. Probably Imperial Basin is what I would do. Then you can spend that spice to move up a track. Maybe chase or maybe go up the Emperor track. Try to get an alliance there. They are going to go to Imperial Basin. They'll pick up the 2 spice. They will throw in... I think you throw both troops, right? Although yellow and blue both have 2 agents left. So they will just throw the 1 troop in, and they'll move up on the Fremen. Fair enough. Paul will play a dagger, go up to tech negotiations. They're eyeing up Chom Directorship. They must be 3, 4, 5. That's 6. They have 6 now. One, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they have 6 with tech negotiations. We'll see if they're... Blue is also eyeing it up. I think they're at 7 right now. They're gonna go to Siege Tabor. Okay. They'll throw 3 troops in. And they pick up that water. Red reveals they have a buying power of 5, 6 because of Mimic Film. And they pick up Opulence. Okay. Pretty nice for them. They already have their... No, they don't have their swordman. They have their High Council seat. Okay. Green is going to trash the row. Oof. They only have 4, so they won't be able to pick up Telelaxu Master. Really, really good guard, especially this early on. Sea Trevor Mother isn't too bad for them, though, and they'll take that. Appropriate is also in the row. It's been some really good cards this game so far. Over to pawns. Okay, Chom Directorship was gone now. But Telelaxu Master is the thing you'll be looking for now. Blue might want to early reveal. Be interesting. So yellow went to selective breeding, and they will trash a dagger to draw 2 cards. So they definitely have enough now. They have 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 with tech negotiations. So if blue wants Telelaxu Master, they'll have to reveal now. Don't know what else they would be doing. I think they could Weirding Way and then reveal. But they're just gonna early reveal. Believe that would have worked, to Weirding Way and then take another turn and do a reveal action. That would have been a really cool use of that ability. They do have 6 to buy with, and they'll take the Telelaxu Master. Very strong. Really liking the Baron's game right now. They do have a pretty thick deck, but 14 cards, not horrible. They have 1 more to buy with. Are they thinking about taking an assassination mission? Or maybe they're thinking about... oh, they should take Stitched Horror. They should definitely take Stitched Horror. Oof. Oh, they saw it just in time. I think you take that every time. Stitched Horror is such a nice card. Grafting ability. Being able to grab the resources you want. Yellow's turn. Okay. Yellow has 7, 8 buying power. They don't have their atomics. Let's see what they do here. Do they buy something cheap to see if they can high roll a Jessica or something like that? They will. They will buy an assassination mission. Okay, Shock Trooper comes out. Probably not what they want. They have a pretty small deck, so they could go with Appropriate. Baron is just kind of getting everything that they want. They're going to win this point with just 3 troops. And they, okay, yellow does take Appropriate, and they get to ship. When they buy it, they get to ship. That's what that symbol is under the 5 on the top right corner. Okay. Green doesn't have any intrigues, so blue just picks up the point and they'll trash a dagger. Very nice. Green gets a water and a spice for 1 troop. Also pretty nice. Baron up to 4 now. Okay, we have guild bank raid, so just a bunch of Solari. Could be good for people because they're all still, 3 of them are still looking for their Swordmaster. This is again a turn where the Baron doesn't have to really worry about going into conflict, so they can prioritize other things. I would assume that green, okay, they're going to use a fold space to go interstellar shipping. I would have thought they would have used an experimentation there, but maybe they want the card draw, see what they get. And green went up and down, so they will get to buy a tech for 2 cheaper. And they can take their resources or their rewards in any order, so they could take their spice now and be able to afford spy satellites with the 2 discount. Okay, so they do that, but they take Chimerki instead, which is fair enough. As Duke Leto, you're going to be going up those tracks pretty. They're going to draw their card first. Telelaxu Infiltrator, okay. They will take Chimerki, so that means they're picking up the spice from the row and using that 2 spice plus the 2 spice discount to pick it up. Nope. No, they're going to go with spy satellites, okay. Okay. And they still get the 2 troops in their garrison, and they get a bump. They get to take a bump somewhere. I don't think that's right. I feel like green had 0 spice. Oh, maybe not. Looks like they did spend 2 spice. Okay. I must have missed it. Okay, fair enough. So they pick up the Solari. So they're going to be able to get their Swordmaster. Yellow uses their Signet Ring, and actually yellow goes and gets their Signet Ring, their Swordmaster. But with the Teleaxle Infiltrator, green will also be able to pick up their Swordmaster this round. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind now. Blue played their Signet Ring and went to Smuggling. Picked up an Intrigue card, Double Cross. Could be very useful. Probably not in this conflict, but down the line. Red plays 4 Humanity and goes over to Secrets, and they bumped up on the Emperor track. Okay. And yes, green will use their Teleaxal Infiltrator along with a dagger to go get their Swordmaster. Back over to yellow. Now everyone has their Swordmaster except for red. Yellow will play their reconnaissance. Looks like a Carthag play. No, they're gonna go to Airkeen. Okay. And do they throw the troops in? They could use the Solari to fuel some appropriate shenanigans. So they do throw the 2 troops in. Blue will play a fold space. They'll head over to still suits. And do they throw the troop in? They might just hold it back. They don't really need the Solari. Red and green still have actions left. You can always hold it and throw it in if nobody else goes in the conflict later. Over to red. Red will play their signet ring. They'll head over to Carthag. Red also has infiltrate. Okay, they'll use their intrigue right away for the beetle bump. Do they throw any troops in here? They still need their swordmaster, so I would assume they'll throw something in. They probably want at least second here. Okay, they will play their favored subject, so they gain 2 more troops from getting that alliance, and they're gonna go pretty crazy all in, throwing all 5 that they're able to into the conflict. Don't think they need to throw that many. Everyone else has their swordmaster. I don't think everyone else is too worried about it. Okay, they're gonna take 1 back, so they'll just put 4 in. Okay. Green plays the diplomacy. They go up to fold space. Oh yeah, it looks like they're chasing blue here a little bit. I guess they do have spy satellites, so they're just gonna try to race down the Spacing Guild and or Fremen and get the spy satellites points from the other 2 tracks. Okay, yellow went and picked up Chamurki. So they drew a couple of intrigue cards, charisma and harvest cells. Okay cards could be used. Oh no, they haven't picked up their intrigues yet. Okay. And they'll play their Water Peddlers Union right away just to get under 4 cards. So they can't be secret stolen. And it's over to blue. They have the last agent of the round. They're gonna play their diplomacy. Okay, they'll go on to Hardy Warriors. And they get the alliance, so they get the water back. Do they want to throw the troops in? They don't. I like that play. They don't need the Solari. Save those troops in the garrison for a conflict that gets you points. Okay, red reveals they have a buying power of 7. Nothing great in the row. And they can't trash it. They'll pick up Interstellar Conspiracy. Maybe they pick up Spice Smugglers too to go with Interstellar Conspiracy, but they'll just take a liaison as well. So they have a 15 card deck, getting pretty thick. Green will reveal, they'll get a couple of specimens, and they have a buying power of 4. They'll pick up the Truthsayer, really like that card. It's yellow's turn. Yellow does have bribery in hand. It's very nice. So it's their reveal turn. They get a specimen. So they'll pick up a liaison. I don't know if they took their it doesn't look like they took their specimen. I don't really know if I'm supposed to be pointing it out. Not sure how much we're supposed to point out. Okay, blue just picks up a liaison. Yellow is not playing anything because they're just going to pick up their second place. Red will pick up 6 Solari. Yellow will pick up 4. And it's on to the next round. Baron is at 5 points. Paul doesn't have 1 yet. Okay, Baron doesn't pick up a particularly great hand, but this is Desert Power, which is a really nice conflict for a point and a water. I think we'll see Baron barreling hard for this one. Yellow gets to start us off though. They play Replacement Eyes along with Experimentation. So they went up to Smuggling and smuggled down. They will go up with the Fremen. They can also trash a card to draw a card. Okay, they're going to play Bribery to go up with the Bene Gesserit. Still have a lot to go here. They can trash a card to draw a card. They'll trash a Convincing Argument. Draw a card. Assassination Mission. Probably not what they wanted to see. They also get a research bump. Don't know if they did that either. Okay, blue goes up to Interstellar Shipping. Pick up some more troops. Take a faction bump with the Spacing Guild just to protect that alliance. Okay, now yellow sees that they didn't take their research bump. They're gonna go down, pick up another beetle bump. Okay, and blue also took the Solari. Oh, okay, they played Weirding Way, so they're gonna be able to... Okay, they're just gonna lock up the Spacing Guild. They're nervous and they have a right to be with Leto chasing them. Leto has a really good capabilities of catching alliances and stealing them. Don't mind that play at all. It's a little safe, but Baron does have the big lead, so the target is probably on them. Red is going to play a Diplomacy down to Still Suits, and they'll just throw the 1 troop in. Could see green using Siege Reverend Mother to... I think you got... Maybe you take the... I think you'd pick up the Mentat here first. See if you can draw some better stuff. Some more faction access. And then you can... Okay, they're going to do it first. Yeah, okay, they use an Experimentation. Because, of course, Siege Reverend Mother cannot get to the yellow triangle spaces. And green will throw 2 troops in. They'll only throw the 1 troop in, okay. Down to yellow. Yellow will play a Diplomacy. Okay, they'll go over to Selective Breeding. Try to draw some better cards here. Their hand's pretty crap. They'll trash Assassination Mission, which nets them 4 Solari. And then they can draw 2 cards. So yellow with a 10 card deck, really slimming it down. They do pick up Appropriate, which can be very useful here. Blue is playing a dagger. They'll pick up the Mentat. Oh no, they're gonna pick up the High Council seat. Okay. Okay, interesting. So they're not getting in the conflict. I find that very strange. But okay. Red goes and gets their Swordmaster. Green now picks up the Mentat with a dagger. Okay, now I would expect Siege Forever Mother to, I guess, to Secrets. Although, you have Spy Satellites. Do you want to be going up? Putting your effort into the Bene Gesserit or Emperor? I don't know if you do. Yellow goes over to Carthay. They pick up a Master Tactician. They're going to throw 3 troops in. They see blue without any more agents, so they're thinking perfect time to go pick up this point in water. Blue will reveal. They have 6 buying power. I don't know if you buy anything. Okay, they still have their atomics. They trash it. Probably want to pick up a power play here. Yep, that's what they pick up. Fair enough. They have a 16 card deck, so their deck is pretty big. Especially compared to like something like Paul's. Paul's got 10 cards total. Paul has a very, very slimmed out deck. Red is thinking here. They're eyeing up their reconnaissance, I guess, to Erkeen. They don't have. They could play Infiltrate to go to Carthage if they really wanted. Okay, they will go to Erkeen. Nope, maybe they're thinking of playing their Infiltrate. Nope, they'll hold on to it. They'll just go to Erkeen. Dagger to tech negotiations? Ooh, to a Dreadnought. Okay. They won't be able to pick up a tech, but they do grab a Dreadnought. Interesting. Green's turn. They're going to play a liaison over to Siege Tabber. And they'll be able to throw 3 more troops in. Yellow does know that green doesn't have any intrigues though at this point. Okay, yellow reveals for 4 buying power. Oh, they don't get to use Appropriate. That kind of sucks. With 4, they're going to buy Gunthopter. Back over to red. Their turn to reveal. They have 6. 6 to buy with. Might be Worm Riders here. Could also be Jameis and hope that something nice comes up. They are getting a really, really big deck. They do take Worm Riders, okay. Green still has an agent. They're going to use Siege Forever Mother. Now they go up to Hardy Warriors. Yeah. Yeah, they didn't want to use it for secrets because they have that point already with Spy Satellites. Okay, green's going to throw everything in. So they're just going to go for this point. They see that yellow has intrigues behind, so this is smart. Just to make sure that they get this point. And they also trashed a dagger with See Trevor Mother's ability. And then it's just back over to green to reveal. They use the specimens for a beetle bump. And they have 3 to buy with. Maybe you pick up Jameis here. Could also, yeah, Jameis isn't too bad. Neither is Freight of Fleet. Some passive shipping abilities. Yellow's not going to play anything. They'll play their harvest cells at the end of this, I would assume. So green picks up the point. Now yellow's going to play harvest cells. They probably take the beetle bump with it as well, right? Yes, they will. So they'll get first to the beetle point. Oh, I think they're discussing whether they're allowed to buy the beetle bump, which I think they are. Yeah. Okay. Pretty nice there for green picking up that point. And Baron is going to start off first. Okay, so they have their Teleaxu Master in hand now. Probably going to want to use high priority travel. Either that or Signet Ring. Either way, I think they're going interstellar shipping first here every time. Signet Ring, see what kind of intrigue you get. Signet Ring. Okay, yeah, they're going to pick up all the spice on Haga Basin. I missed how much it had collected there. They'll throw the 2 troops in. They'll also spend the Solari and pick up Strong Arm. Oof. That can be very useful. Red plays an experimentation. They're going to go pick up the free 3 spice on Imperial Basin. They'll throw their Dread and I would assume another, yep, Dread and a troop in. They also get a research bump, their first of a game. They'll take another research bump with their intrigue card, which gives them a beetle bump, which gives them an intrigue, and it gives them a Bene Gesserit bump. Not bad at all. Goes together well with their 4 humanity card, which is also in their hand. Green is going to play a fold space. I'm assuming this is going to be to a Fremen spot. No. Interesting. Okay, they're going to go ship twice up with interstellar shipping, and they get to draw a card. Ooh, they get their ring. So if their Baron is at risk of losing their alliance here, if they don't do anything with the Fremen track. Yellow is going to play their Signet Ring and go to the Mentat. Let's see what blue does here. They will, I think Baron is going to lose their alliance here to Leto. So they went tech negotiations. They're spending 3 spice for restricted ordnance. So they're gearing up for conflict. And shuttle fleets comes off. 4 humanity from red. They're going to go to select a breeding with it. Trash a dagger. Where are they going to take their bump? First they'll draw their 2 cards. Okay, they get opulence. Now where do you want your bump? They'll take it with the Fremen. Such a nice combo. I think I would have taken it still with the Bene Gesserit because you are able to. It's any faction track. And then I would have used Secret of the Sisterhood and just taken that alliance since yellow is right up there close to it. Okay, yep. Green does use their signet ring. Yeah, they're gonna go to smuggling. Yeah, they use their ring ability. Why did they smuggle up? Why did they not just go down and take... That is interesting. A little surprised. Not that they didn't know this, but blue can't do anything about it. They have no cards to get there. So green is just banking on being able to reveal Guild Chief Administrator for the shipping to go all the way down. It's gonna work out for them, but it is risky. They don't know that blue doesn't have any Fremen access. Yellow goes to research station, draws a couple of cards. They're gonna bump along the research track. Okay, so yellow got their replacement eyes. Blue is gonna graft Stitched Horror with Reconnaissance. I think I would go to Carthag in this spot. Maybe they want the water for something though. Okay, they do go to Siege Tavern and they'll throw 3 more troops in. Take another troop and throw that in. They also will take a beetle bump. So they took the beetle bump and a troop from Stitched Horror. Red still does have an action, so I do understand that. They also have the water to be able to get to Hardy Warriors. But red will play their Signet Ring along with Guild Impersonator, and they went over to Arakeen. Yeah, they do get to go. Yeah, that's why they got their Spacing Guild bump, because of their Signet Ring ability along with Guild Impersonator. It's a very nice combo. Are they throwing any troops in? Doesn't look like they will. They see that they have no way of catching Baron. That's why they're holding those troops back. It's green's turn. They have one agent left. Now, are they thinking about early revealing? Don't. I don't think you can be too worried about Baron. So they are gonna. Excuse me. Green will play a diplomacy and go down to still suits. Okay, so they are gonna. And then when they ship down, they'll probably just shore up that alliance 100%. They played a little late, but they also graphed the impersonator with it, or infiltrator with it, and draw the truthsayer. Yellow will play replacement eyes, grafted with experimentation. They'll go over to Carthage. They get dispatch an envoy, which could be useful. Could be very useful. They get a research bump. They can also trash a card to draw a card. Okay, they get the bump up with Bene Gesserit. They could play Charisma down right now if they wanted, but nobody else has agents, so I think you're okay. They do trash the experimentation, and they draw a convincing argument. They have a whole bunch of influence now. 8, it looks like. Blue reveals. They'll get the 2 research bumps, and they get to trash a card. They also have 5 to buy with. Yeah, they should be trashed. I don't think they've trashed a card yet, but they might have missed trashing a card, but we haven't been saying anything to these guys about what they've been doing, so. So red had Sayadina in hand, but they still don't have the water. They are able to get a Spiceless Flow though because of the Fremen bond. They didn't get to use Opulence for the point. Feels a little inefficient, but what are you gonna do? Over to green. Green reveals they'll get the shipping bump. Okay, now blue found their dagger and trashed it. Excuse me. Green has 4 to buy with. Okay, they ship down. They pick up shuttle fleets. They'll take the bump with the Fremen and the Spacing Guild, and they get another bump as well. Take it with the Emperor. I think I wouldn't have taken it with the Spacing Guild, and I would have taken it with the Bene Gesserit at this point, and then just get all your points on those tracks. It's easy enough with your signet ring, and find 3 spice at some point and trash spy satellites for the extra point. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I missed a bunch there. Looks like Baron took the conflict. Yeah. Okay, and this round we have economic supremacy. Yeah, we missed a little bit there. Yep, okay. Alright, so blue and interstellar shipping. Red's gone to the top of the Bene Gesserit track so that Paul can't steal it from them. Red's throwing some troops in. What did Green went to research station? Okay, so they got freighter fleet. Okay. Oh, and Paul used appropriate. Okay, they stole. They bought invasion ships. I'm sure they used Solari for that. Yellow went to Carthage. They're gonna throw 3 troops in, and they can do they trash replacement eyes now? Not yet. Okay, they trash a reconnaissance and draw a card. Memnon used opulence. Ugh, feels so bad. But it looks like they're going heavy into the conflict. Not sure what green is looking up in the rules. I'm interested to know what they're trying to figure out. Yeah, I don't know what green is looking up. But it looks like blue is waiting for them. Oh my god, is blue gonna just reveal? Whoa. They will. 2, 4, 6, 7, 9. They have enough for a spice must flow. They'll also take the beetle bump, I would assume. I would assume they take the beetle bump, right? Okay, they're gonna do it that way. They also have 3 specimens in there. Probably forgotten about their specimens though. Happens to me all the time. Kinda just forget they're there. Whoa, yellow with all of the combat cards there. 9 swords in hand, plus Gunthopter. Looks like, yeah, I think yellow's setting up for 3 points from this conflict. I don't know what green was looking up there. Looks like they're satisfied, or at least done looking it up. Red's turn now. Okay, they're trying to set up to have enough spice. I don't know if I like that. I think I'd rather have the 4 swords from revealing that. just use an experimentation there. Okay, liaison from green. They're going to go get their high council seat. So they're going to be able to get a spice must flow this round. Yellow's going to use invasion ships. Green is still looking something up to be able to use experimentation. Okay, they just want to collect their spice, and they had no water, so this was their sneaky way of doing it. Wow, and they're just going to reveal Gunthopter. Very nice. Wow, okay. Red does not have the swords to combat yellow here, so but red should be able to get. Okay, and yellow trashed replacement eyes. Red gets a spice must flow. So they're up to 8 points now. Paul's got a 9-card deck. Green reveals they're going to get a spice must flow. They ship up once. Okay, so they're up to 6. They'll need a little bit of help next round. Blue is already done. Yellow reveals Gunthopter, so that's 3 more swords for them. They won't even have to use their conflict or combat cards, which is so nice, because they're gonna see red doesn't have to, or doesn't have any, so they're not gonna use any, and they're gonna spend 4 spice and 6 Solari for the 3 points. So nice. And red gets the 1 point. They're up to 9. Wow. So I would have thought this was between blue and green earlier, and now it's looking a lot like blue and green are a bit in the back seat. Red's at 9 points. Yellow is at 8. Yellow's got all their powerful cards, and they've trashed so much of their deck. Wow. And we go on to what has to be assumed to be the final round. And it's a 2-point conflict for the Battle of Arakeen. Blue gets to start with a troop in the middle for owning Arakeen. And green is going to be first up. Red is also best set up for this conflict. They've got the 6 spice needed for Highliner. Does blue have memo? Blue isn't even close to memo quarters. They spent so much time trying to secure the Fremen and Spacing Guild alliances that they never even moved their Bene Gesserit and Emperor tracks. So they're not going to get the point from memo quarters. Green goes up and down on the shipping track. Where do they take the bump? Yeah, okay, they take the bump with the Bene Gesserit. If they can find another bump with the Bene Gesserit, which they probably can using the Truthsayer, then I think they'll just trash Spy Satellites for another point. Yellow is going to go to Siege Tabor. Throw a troop in. Yellow, it's going to be between yellow and red in this conflict too, because yellow's got so many combat intrigues behind them. If red can get that another bump here, beetle bump, they'll be really good here. In really good shape. But it's on blue right now. Blue could use Weirding Way. It looks like they're going to pick up some spice. Yep, they're going to pick it all up from the Great Flat. And then they are going to use a fold space to go to the Highliner. And they'll throw all the rest of those troops in. So they've got 7 troops in there now. They draw a card from the fold space. And that is it. So they snuck that. Yeah, so that changes Memnon's plans here. Red was going to go to Highliners, it looks like. They cannot now. What do they do instead? Maybe they probably should try to focus on getting a Spice Must Flow, trying to get their Beetle Bump. Yeah, I think I'd go to Still Suits here, and then hope to be able to get to Research Station. They could also go pick up a Dreadnought. Yeah, I don't know. And pick up Hollow Projectors, cycle out the Spice Must Flow, try to... They need to draw some cards here, get a research bump. They need an experimentation, or to go to Research Station. Oh, they do have Infiltrate. I completely forgot they are going to play it. Okay, they show it. I'll do that, and... So I think you do it now because this way they'll have enough water. They might be able to go to Research Station. We'll see if Baron blocks Research Station. So Red's going to throw a whole bunch of troops in. Oh, Blue is way up there because they also have Restricted Ordnance. They bought that a while ago. Green is going to play the Truthsayer. They'll go pick up the Mentat with it. I feel like I would have gone to select the breeding there to pick up that point, and then trash Spy Satellites to get another point. Then you're at 8. I think that's what I would have done. Then you're at 8. You get a point from a Spice Must Flow this round, most likely to be at 9. And then I don't know where else you get points from. Oh, can they get a Beetle Bump? Yeah. Yellow's just gonna continue to throw some more troops in. They do have so many swords behind, but they might not be able to find enough actual troops to get into the conflict. What does Blue want to do here? They probably want to strong arm, actually. They're going to Diplomacy. Okay, they're going to go to Selective Breeding, and I'm sure they're going to strong arm. They can also double cross at the end of... Like when they go to reveal, they can double cross. Take out one of Red's. So they're going to trash their Spice Must Flow. Draw 2 cards. They will play strong arm, so they'll lose a troop and get their Bene Gesserit friendship point. Red will play their signet ring. Yep, nobody blocked them at the research station, which is great for them. They're gonna get their point from the beetle track, the Telelaxu track. They for sure go down the research. Yeah. To get the beetle bump. So they're at 10 points. With 2 alliances. Who would have thought with Memnon? Crazy. That's for humanity doing its work there for sure. They also get a spice. I don't know if they grabbed their spice for their signet ring. Don't know if they did. I feel like red should have gotten a spice from their signet ring. Oh well. Green went to Haga Basin. And they threw a couple of troops in. Yellow's gonna go to Carthag. Oof. Yellow's gonna wish they had gotten to the end of the track. Can they still? No. They're just gonna play it out of hand. So they'll gain 1. Won't do anything for them. They just didn't want to get stolen from. They feel like they still have a shot at this conflict, which they do, although blue is going to double cross. They'll probably double cross red though. Still, I don't think that's enough for yellow. Okay, yeah, they're going to play double cross. They're going to get red to take one out. They'll put one in, which is kind of funny because it's going to just barely mean that yellow won't be able to catch them. That is too bad for yellow. If yellow could get one more specimen. Oh no, the specimen one, they just needed to play their experimentation, but I think they got it. Yeah, they didn't know they were going to draw that intrigue though. It's over to green. Green plays Guild Administrator along with the Telelaxu Infiltrator, and they're going to go to Highliner as well. Wow. Huge. They're going to throw a whole bunch of troops in, and they have some daggers behind. Looks like green is going to take this combat. Do they have the They don't have the Fremen bond. Did they already do the discard ability to trash? I don't know if that makes a difference though. Oof, they do not have the Fremen bond. They're not going to be able to trash spy satellites. Oh, green's going to want to use their... Oh, it hasn't been the reveal. So green's going to get up to 10. Because I think green is going to win this conflict. Red gets a Spice Must Flow, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, and Tech Negotiator, yeah. Another Spice Must Flow for red. So they're up to 11. I think red is going to win this game with Earl Memnon. just has 2 to buy with. They go ahead slightly from blue with swords, so they're gonna get 2 points here. Green is gonna play their master tactician. Yellow should just play all those cards. Yeah, so yellow plays all those cards. So yellow's gonna take 3rd place. This is crazy though. 3 people going to Highliner. That's hilarious. And the person with invasion ships isn't even one of them. That's so funny. Green gets 2 points. That's gonna put them to 10, but red is at 11 already. Oh, blue gets staged incident after the fight. That's unfortunate, but it looks like a victory for Earl Memnon. There's no endgame points that I can see. Spy Satellites wasn't trashed. Memo Quarters was not met for blue. Wow, there it is. 11-point victory for Earl Memnon for randomness. Let's jump in here.
Good game.
Good game.
Crazy.
Yeah, very good game, everybody.
And I was so close. Menmom
Yeah.
just barely pulled it off with the Spice's Flow.
Yeah.
That was so good,
Yeah.
Red.
Yeah, that carried you
Commander-
through that whatever that card is, the humanity card. That was good.
Oh yeah, for humanity was huge for him.
Yeah, that was
Green, you taking this killed my whole game.
Yeah.
And this, I was gonna buy this one too. Although not buying this one gave me this, which helped me win the 3-point conflict, so I can't really complain about it. But like the fact that you grabbed that right before I was going to, I was like, oh, I'm so far behind, but if I get that, I'm now at 4 points. So now I had to rush back and spend action to like get up here on all these tracks, which wasted my time.
Those last 2 conflicts were pretty crazy. Like the fact that you won that 3-pointer yellow without using any of these 9 swords.
Any of the, I know, I
crazy.
couldn't believe it. I was like, whoa.
And then I love in this conflict, you're the only one that's not on Highliner, and you have invasion ships. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like you're the only one not there, and you have the card to get.
I have it.
So
Yeah.
funny.
I also had access, but I did not have the spice.
The spice.
I couldn't get the spice anywhere because I had to spend it last turn to get the point. You know.
Yeah.
Get the victory point. So like, and then where was? Let me just search. It was my last card, my Gunthopter, which would have been, but I still wouldn't. I would have had been at 20 if I had Gunthopter.
Right.
So still wouldn't have beaten Green.
Yeah, and then Green. I wasn't even thinking you were going to Highliner because I thought you were saving up that spice because you got all your points, your friendship points. So I thought you were just gonna trash that for the point, and then I saw you loading up for Highliner. I thought that was a sneaky play there, too.
Yeah, I figured. So the reason I took Spy Satellites over Charmurky is like I figured as Duke I could at least, because Baron had a early lead there, and I was like, frick, dude, this is gonna be bad. He's gotten all the good cards. Like I need to. I'm the only one that can really block him with alliances. Like no one's got the power. And so I was like, okay, if I get Spy Satellites and I can just focus on space and Fremen and try to beat him out. When he went all in and Fremen and took it early, I was like, all in space.
Yeah.
I took it early. I'm like, frick. Well, at least I can take Fremen. But it turned out just to not be enough. I had one more point or just a little bit more spice. I could have trashed it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was a move, but it also was a denial. I knew, Paul, you were probably going to take it, and same with at the end going for combat. I could have taken the easy point there, but I'm like, I think I got to risk it and deny 2 points. Like,
like you were kind of like the blocker for everyone that probably wasn't the like completely best play for your game, but like if you don't do that, I think Baron just runs away with it. But I mean that helps Paul huge if he gets that card.
Oh my god, it changes my whole game. My whole game.
I mean, Baron was at like 4 points when everyone was at 0 still.
Right.
Like it was honestly like the first 2 rounds of that game. Like I don't know if you could have a better.
You know?
I know it is, but like I don't know if you could have a better 2 rounds as Baron. You get the very first. You don't even have a shipping conflict, but he gets Hardy Warriors and Spacing Guild, so he gets Interstellar right away, and then he just. I can't remember. There was a couple other things.
Yeah, there was a couple of timings that didn't work out.
He just
trading. I could have. I almost was able to defend the Fremen alliance, but I didn't draw. I drew shit, and I didn't get a Diplo because I had that strong arm like the whole time, but I ran out of Diplo.
You were leading in the group, right?
Yeah, so I've got 2 wins in the group. This is my 3rd game, so it's the second.
Okay.
So if I won this one, I would have guaranteed my.
Yeah. Well, with 2 wins, I think for sure you're guaranteed anyway. I don't think I have a shot now at one of the second because I have 8 points. I don't know how many third gets you, so whatever. If it gets me 1, now I'm at 9. I don't know how it works, but I think I needed to win this one or come in second to have any chance of advancing. So.
Is this your last game?
This is my last game. I have 1 first place, 2 third places, and a last place, unfortunately. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And we'll see, man.
The last one gets chopped off, though?
Say it again?
Like the last, isn't this... I haven't been paying too much attention to this tournament, but isn't the last game gets cut off, right? Like, so it's just... Doesn't your worst placement like get
I mean it's still the 2 third places doesn't really help. Like the first and 2 thirds is not gonna I just don't think it's gonna get like my only hope is that like other people don't have any wins, right? Like there's some people that just don't have any wins.
Right. Yeah.
I just don't know I don't think that's gonna happen. Oh man. Yeah, the spice not getting spice satellites was the turn. I'm actually kind of pleased with where I ended up. Like I had again 0 points in the 4th round. So
yeah. No, I think you definitely pulled a magic trick there, a rabbit out of the hat there, just to get so far.
Yeah,
I had like a decent deck that I was flying through, so like I always had good cards.
Yeah, you were consistent. You were like the whole game, the whole like last half of the game. You're still at like 10 cards, I think.
Yeah. No, I ended up with 9. I have 9 cards.
9 cards now.
And so like that's what like these 2 right here, I think really fucked me up bad. Like you got them right before I was going to get both of those things because this was Paul and that small deck and like when I play Paul, that's what I try to do. Get anything I can use to trash and draw so that I just fly through my deck.
Yeah, no, I get that, mate. Like I felt like, man, first 3 rounds just went so hard to Baron. I was just so focused on like, okay, what can I do block him? Like I need that, and like the revealing early for the infiltrator that came up, I was like, oh, that's perfect. I need that. Because they're just like, he got freaking master, he got power play, he got weirding way, like he got
that was the other thing I couldn't remember earlier on was in the 2nd round he was able to pick up memo quarters while with going to shipping, which gave him the Solari he needed for a Sword Master, so he got like everything he wanted in the first 2 rounds. But I can't believe it's crazy too that Memnon Red you got the win with no Sayadina points, even though you had this thing at the beginning.
Right. But she gave him 2
I didn't want that
spoils,
card.
right?
That was a card I did not want.
Yeah. But you did. It definitely helped you get Spice Flows. That's true.
Right. That's why she's good. Like if you get her in Fremen, you don't have to worry about her points, like the water points, because 3 persuasion is just
it's huge.
And then like Look at it, and then so that's why he gets this,
I know
and he
this was
gets
huge
this,
too early on.
and now like so if you have one Fremen card in your hand, like you're at 6 with one card. It's like almost impossible not to get a Spice in the Flow when you have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was basically the play. I really want my Signet Ring turn 1. I would have just claimed it turn 1.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You had to wait the round. Yeah.
I had like the Troll as turn 1, but I think it worked out. I don't know.
Me too. I got no access. I got no ring that round, so I was like, fucked.
Yeah, that was just like, dude, the first round was also like really brutal because it's funny. Literally right before this, I was playing with randomnes, played Duke 4th position to practice, and first round I pulled both my faction axes and my Signet Ring. I'm like, fudge. Guess what happened again? Literally the same exact thing. Duke 4th position. Yep. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's so just unlucky, but
and then let's see what else happened. Then I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Blue revealed early to get this and this, which I would have gotten if he didn't reveal early.
Like I remember that.
Yeah. Oh God, I just got nothing. I don't even like conflict, but I was like, I'm not gonna win any other way. I gotta start praying. Like, so I got the Gun Doctor, and I had those other intrigue cards.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it definitely helped y'all that we did 3 atom bombs, and pretty much each reveal was pretty amazing.
Oh yeah.
So like, that's pretty crazy when that happens.
Yeah.
I mean, the opening flop was
messed up
just
my
insane
deck
too.
So I think that did me in. But if I had drawn that power play, geez, never drew it.
No,
I was scared of that.
Oh yeah, you never saw it. Yeah, till you had to reveal it. Yeah. Ugh. Or no, someone just went through your deck, I guess. Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, catch you guys later. I'm out.
Yep.
Merrlish.
All right, good game, everybody. Good game.
Everyone.
I wonder if I was gonna ask him that. I wonder if he could go back, if he would have just raced up like once he got Spacing Guild, if he should have maybe just left Fremen and let you take it, Commander, because I feel like he's got memo quarters too. Like I feel like he would have gotten the point from that, and the 2 French, like he had to race even to get the Bene Gesserit point. He had to kind of work for that on the last round. I think he could have easily gotten enough from memo quarters and let you have the Fremen without like fighting for it, and I think he would have had a better time overall because he was in such a lead. He didn't need to try. Like I think the fight for spacing and Fremen hurt him so bad, like hurt him way more than it. Like it wasn't the ideal for you either, but you were blocking him, which stopped him from like winning in round 6 probably. But for him, I think it was a way bigger deterrent to the rest of his game. Like he was already at like 5 points. He could have kind of cruised to the easy friendship points and then just found a conflict point here or there and probably cruised to a victory. I think. I don't know. I feel like it just kind of distracted him. The fact it's almost like he's like, I'm not giving it up. I don't know.
Yeah. That's a good point.
It feels bad to get it, but you're right. Like he never got his Emperor point, which is the same thing as one of the lot. You know what I mean? So like, if you're not getting all of your easy influence,
points on the track,
then what good does 2 do you? You know what I mean?
Especially as Baron, right? Like, he got those first 2 so quick, and that's what I mean. I think like he was worrying so much about the Fremen that it was like, I think he could have taken other actions that would have been more beneficial for him too. Than
I think that's the double-edged sword of like chasing someone is like, okay, even if they defend it, it still makes them suffer a little bit in terms of the opportunity cost. But like, it's also your opportunity cost. At least they can defend and keep the points. So there's always a risk in that. But I knew like I had to take something away. Here's the thing though. If you have memo quarters and you're Baron or Tessia, dude, you are not going for faction alliances. You're just trying to get all your points there.
And like he got that Spacing Guild up to the top real quick, and I think I agree with that one. Like I think he can take that one turn out of it to secure that, but I don't think he needs to try so hard to if one falls in his lap and he's like up near the top and no one's near him, sure. But I think once he got the spacing guild, I think he should have just let go of the Fremen, I think.
Yeah,
But
and he took a different route. I was also blown away. I was like, why don't you get your bump? Once you get memo quarters, man, you need that bump. Like he took the extra beetles and kind of wasted it. Like I don't know if he thought he was gonna go another round or he miscalculated, but like he should have just been 2 beetles back and gotten the bump instead and gone for his memo quarters activation. I was really
but
surprised by that.
I've definitely been there though. Like I definitely understand it. Like it's easy for me to like I'm just watching the game and being like, oh, don't worry about someone stealing. But it almost feels like more than 1 point when someone steals it from you. It's like it's a stupid way to think about it. But I've definitely found myself thinking that. Like I'm like, well, it's not just 1 point. It's like they're taking something from me. Like it's such a weird
identity.
Did you see anywhere you thought I made a big blunder in the game?
Honestly, I was I actually had to go help my wife with my baby for a little bit, and I think that was right around like some of the more interesting stuff, which was unfortunate. It was like right before. It was like the first half of the round where economic supremacy was up, but
Gotcha.
I didn't see. I can't remember anything where I was like, oh, like there were certain things I think from everyone where it was like you kind of had options. People had options, and they went one way or the other way, but nothing was like, oh, how did they miss this or
how did they miss that? Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like I played as well as I could play under the given the circumstances.
Oh yeah, that deck was was so nice. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've never gotten punched in the face so many times early where like usually one thing works out where you're like, okay, I'm gunning for this. Like
they took this spot, but I can grab this card. But yeah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's funny. I calculated. I was like, okay, if Memnon can't get a Spiceless Flow, which I didn't think he could because he got one last round.
Right.
Like, if he can't get a Spiceless Flow, I've got this. I'm gonna time in points, and then I'll get one more spice and win the tiebreaker. And then I revealed, and I was like, oh, frick, I don't have Fremen Bond.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And so I was like, well, dang it. So he's going to win in tiebreakers, right? Because it goes to Solari next.
Oh, I actually missed one of my triggers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I missed this.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember that right. I think, yeah, it was when you, whenever this round, yeah, wherever you used the Signet Ring for, yeah, and that's like Research Station is definitely one where, like, it's hard to remember the Signet Ring spice when you're grabbing cards and
yeah, pretty much
and moving up the
doing
track
conflict and moving up the research track and getting beetle bumps. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a lot. That was so funny. I was just like, dude, I could really pull it off. I'm in last place, and I can go from last to fourth, or fourth to first in one round. And then I was just like, oh, nope, did my math wrong. Oh, he hit an extra point. Oh, he beat me in Solari and Spice anyway. Like, I just all fell apart. So I'm very content with second. I didn't think I played the best the first few rounds, and I pulled something out of the hat. So I'm chill with that.
Yep. It was a good game all around.
Yeah, it's funny. I thought blue and green, you guys were like in the driver's seat for like up until that economic supremacy, and then all of a sudden after that round, it was like red with 9, yellow with 8.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of almost anyone's game, but you guys kind of flipped it. It was that was pretty interesting. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Good game.
All right.
Thanks for watching, dude.
Thanks for commenting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Talk to you guys soon, man. Good luck in the tournament. Anybody who moves on.
Yeah. Good luck, you guys.
Good luck,
Appreciate it.
everyone.